Welcome to Celebrate a Sister podcast. I'm your host, Emma Walkinshaw. I'm a transformational coach. I'm also the founder of Embody Me program and the creator of 21 Minutes of Morning Magic. You may also find me on the yoga mat leading yoga sessions and also running retreats here in Australia and internationally. Here on the podcast, I bring you some pretty incredible guests. We talk all things self-belief, body acceptance, personal development, outdated beauty standards, and we also call BS on the toxic diet culture, accepting the beautiful bodies we were born into, letting go of all the beliefs, and raising our self-awareness. I also come to you from time to time with a little solo episode, a little Life According to Emma moment. I'm so glad you're here. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Celebrate a Sister podcast. Right now as we speak, I am in the incredible India recording this podcast. And yes, I am here with Yogi Loui. We are about to host a retreat for an incredible bunch of women. And I have entered into the beautiful India again. This is my third trip to India. And again, the beautiful magic starts to unfold. The vibe and the energy of this place is quite electric. And I was reflecting this morning about why India? Why is it that I'm so drawn to India? Why did Yogi Loui and I choose to say, yes, let's run a retreat in India? Because let's be honest, there is many places we could host a retreat. And the name of our retreats are Wholehearted Retreats. And I wanted to share with you why I am so drawn to India and what is it about India. A lot of you know my lifelong work is around having a better relationship with our body and a better relationship with ourselves. And there is part of me that absolutely adores the Hindu philosophy and their devotion to goddesses. And Yogi Loui and I have been having lots of laughs about, I've given Yogi Loui a new name. Her name's now Shakti, and I've named myself Lakshmi. And we laugh about this because here in India, these beautiful names represent strength in the divine feminine. And it's a real, what would we say? They have these goddesses on a pedestal, and we giggle about it and laugh and say we've got these new, we've been given new names. And I want to share with you what Shakti actually, and I'll spell it for you, is Shakti, Shaktic energy. And yoga, there is a whole Shakti yoga, which is incredibly powerful and really leans into this part of us as a woman that knows that she's intuitive and she is perfect just the way she is, and she has this force and this beautiful femininity to her that is the receiver. And as we know, the masculine energy is all about penetrating, pushing forward, and then this beautiful Shakti energy is about receiving. So the energy really is about embodying who we are and paying tribute to the other goddesses that Lakshmi likes to hang out with. When we talk about Kali energy, it's all about having that strength in yourself and having an energy that you cannot be messed with. So thinking about one of the reasons why I adore this beautiful country is it pays homage to the goddesses. And yes, you could say there's a bit of fantasy in this. And yes, the Hindu philosophy has so many stories that are metaphors, you could say. And on this tour, as we go through, we have some incredible guides that talk about the history of India and talk about these statues and this energy, but very present. And when you look around India, there is so much color and vibrance. And as we know, feminine energy is all about beautification, making things beautiful. So that was my first reflection on why India, because I love the devotion to the feminine energy, and I love how this energy helps me again reclaim this part of me that I'm so proud of. I'm so proud of being a woman. I'm so proud of this beautiful body. I'm working towards this notion that my body is okay just as it is. And when I look at these beautiful statues of these goddesses, I go, yes, I am a goddess. So that's one of the reasons why I absolutely adore India. The other reason I really, really love the ethos of India is the whole Ayurvedic practices. And when it comes to thinking about our body and thinking about this nourishment over punishment, Ayurvedic practice is all about how can I nourish my body? What does it need? And they have all these really beautiful little rituals that they do in the Ayurvedic practice. And I'm just touching the surface with it all. In actual fact, in November this year, the back end of 2025, we are going to be hosting a retreat in the south of India that is totally Ayurvedic endorsed. Endorsed, is that the word? Totally Ayurvedic wellness practices. And thinking about Ayurvedic practice and how that plays out, it's really about honouring the natural wisdom of the body. It promotes that beautiful place of being self-reliant, nourishing your own body, but it's not from a disciplined place. It's these suggested practices that are unlike a diet that takes your power away. It's more really leaning into these cleansing and nourishing practices that support, of course, the hormonal balancing and how you balance these different doshas that you have in your life. So dosha is they have vata, which is wind. Then they have pitta, which is like a fire element. And then they have kapha, which is an earth vibe to it. So looking at yourself and being really honest with where am I a little bit out. They say, like, in terms of vata energy, if you're a little bit out and you're feeling a little bit of nervous energy, you're a little bit too vata, you need to get a little bit more grounded, the earthiness. And look, I'm just touching the surface here. I had a tremendous conversation last Body Love Revolution Summit last February with beautiful Justine from IBUI Ayurvedic practices. So definitely go back and listen to that podcast. Actually, I'll link it in the show notes, but she gave a big, she studied it and she has built a business around Ayurvedic products. So she was incredible. But that is the other reason why India. So when I think about it, why India? It's the goddesses. It's this encouragement of nourishment and listening to your body and looking at how you can balance out your body again. Not saying it's wrong. It needs to be a certain size. It's saying, how do you cleanse your body? How do you balance your body? How do you feel grounded? How do you feel centered? That's what I love about it. Then I wanted to talk about what even is a retreat. And my brother actually makes me laugh when I said to him, he's ran different programs for men. And I said to him, you're running a retreat. He says, it's not a retreat. And he laughs. He says, that's for women. So what is a retreat? It's not a little bit. It's different to a holiday. It's different to travel. On the Wholehearted Retreat, Yogi Loui and I, or her new name, Shakti, Shakti, I need to call it Shakti. Isn't the word just phenomenal too? Isn't it a fabulous word, Shakti? So Yogi Loui and I, we love to bring women together on a retreat, and it really is about having an inner exploration as well as an outer exploration. So yes, although we're taking in all of these beautiful statues, we're taking in the Ayurvedic principles, we're looking at the Hindu philosophy, we're looking at all the colour and the vibrancy around us, but in turn there's an inner exploration that starts to come. I often say it's really great to get out of your own postcode, and I mean that physically, but I also mean that metaphorically. Sometimes we get so caught in our little postcode doing the same old mundane things, and we don't often start this inner exploration. Taking ourselves through a beautiful yoga practice each morning has that self-reflection. When you step onto the mat, it is between you and you. I love that yoga is not competitive. No one's looking at what anyone else is doing. It's a deeply introspective practice. So for anyone who has not tried yoga, I highly recommend it. If it irritates you and frustrates you, that's a really good sign. So if you feel a little bit irritated and pissed off in yoga, this is a wonderful sign, because it's not always roses and popsicle stands, because you are meeting yourself on the mat. You are actually having this inner exploration happen on the mat. We also create a beautiful space for self-discovery. I think self-discovery is wonderful when we can stop the outside noise. And again, getting out of your own postcode can be really great to stop that day-to-day grind and all of the expectations that we've put on ourselves, and also that we have set up with our family dynamics. So stopping the noise to really get into that deep self-discovery. So there's a self-reflection in the morning when we're on the yoga mat, and then we go into that self-discovery space. And Yogi Loui and I have constructed some incredible workshops that we run while we're on retreat. So that's that part. We're taking in the outer, but then the inner work is also coming to the forefront. So you pop out the other end of this retreat, and so do I, another beautiful version of you. And starting to put your finger on those things when someone says to you, what do you like to do with your spare time? Or do you have a hobby? Having some things arise in us that go, oh, that's who I am. That's who I'd like to be. I'd like to try that. So this deep inner reflection, this deep self-discovery is so wonderful for our nervous system. This also, my next point, also plays into last week's podcast where I talked about awe and wonder. And yes, this is what happens when we step out of our postcode. We really start to practice awe and wonder. And I want to tell a quick little story. Some of you may have went and seen Elizabeth Gilbert. Elizabeth Gilbert was here in Brisbane last month in February. And she told this gorgeous story that just sat in my heart, and it actually moves me. I'm going to tell you the quick little story. So Elizabeth Gilbert was with her mentor. She was telling this story on stage, and forgive me if you were at that talk and you go, I've heard this, Emma. So Elizabeth Gilbert was telling a story that she was with her mentor, Byron Katie, and they were walking along in Amsterdam, and Elizabeth Gilbert turned to her mentor, Byron Katie, and said, as my mentor, is there anything that I don't know that you wish I knew? And Byron Katie said to her, see that leaf on the ground? And Elizabeth said, yes. She said, see that tree? And Elizabeth said, yes. And Byron said to her, it's all for you. It's all for you. Have a look around right now. See this river. They're walking by a river. See this ground. See me right here. This is all for you. And Yogi Loui and I are in the car last night, and I was telling Yogi Loui that little story. And as we looked around, we're in India, we're in this bustling traffic, and we looked around and I said to Yogi Loui, this is all for you. And then I said to her, this is all for us. And that is coming back to this beautiful notion of being in awe. You know, I'm looking out right now. This morning, the sunrise was absolutely incredible. And again, I looked at Yogi Loui and I said, this is all for you. This is all for us, knowing that you are such an incredible, unique human being, and all of these beautiful experiences, even in the little mundane, even in the little simplest ways. This is all for you. In the wise words of Elizabeth Gilbert and Byron Katie, that just really sits with me. The other thing that I love to say too is, I chose that. I chose that. I did that. So even being in India right now, recording this podcast, which is one of my favorite things to do, I think to myself, I chose that. I did that. So today I want you to look around and look at your beautiful life, and maybe look into your children's eyes and say, I did that. Or say, this is all for me. Look at, you know, when you prepare a meal today, when you look at your beautiful home and you look at your beautiful life and say, this is all for me. The good, the bad, and the ugly, but mostly it's absolutely awe-inspiring, the wonder. So the other reason why I have chosen India, is to step out of my routine and put myself in a totally different environment, to have wonderful new experiences and just shift my perception. It is so easy to get caught in the bullshit, and this is such a great way just to shift perspective. I also love savoring the magic and savoring the unknown. I actually like a little bit of change. I like a little bit of unknowingness. I love to be surprised and delighted. And the place that absolutely surprises and delights me is the city of Jaipur. I'm dying to get back there. Look, I love all of India, but there's some part of Jaipur that absolutely surprised and delighted me. And I think it is the colour. It's really well known for block printing and textiles. And you can't see the shirt I'm wearing unless you watch this on video, but this is like a Jaipur block printed fabric. You'll know those kind of colours and the styles, but I love that, being surprised and delighted. The other point, why? The other reason why, when I think about why India? Why Wholehearted Retreats? Why do you do what you do, Emma? Because I have one life. I have one beautiful life, and the power of choice and the power of self-reliance is an absolute gift that I have, being born as a white woman in Australia. I have so opportunity, so many opportunities. And for me to actually say I have one life and I really want to embrace personal growth, I want to embrace soulful experiences, I want to say yes to my heart. So if you are listening to this, my darling, I want to ask you the question, what is your heart yearning for? What does your soul want to explore? It's all for you, and you get to choose. Yes, you do. Even on those days when we're a little bit down, we still actually have choice. We certainly do. So from my heart to yours, from the incredible India, from the Wholehearted Retreat, which I am getting ready for tomorrow to meet all of the beautiful women. A lot of them have already arrived and landed, so I am incredibly excited to put my arms around each and every one of them and journey through India, embodying and embracing Shakti energy, the feminine energy, and eating incredible food, having new experiences, having this beautiful self-exploration, and really leaning into awe and wonder in this divine country. Travel that does that to us, doesn't it? Does it to us, does it for us, does it with us. So my darling, go forth and have a beautiful day. And if you are ever interested in joining us in India, please reach out. We'll be releasing the dates very, very soon for Kerala, Kerala in November this year, the south of India, and we will keep you posted. The other thing that I want to share with you, before I left for India, I interviewed 13 incredibly inspiring women. Talk about Shakti energy. I have had the most incredible conversations, and I'm compiling that into the Body Love Revolution. It is about building a better relationship with your body and yourself. So if you would like to be a part of that and listen along to those 13 incredible conversations, sign up. There is a link in the bottom of these show notes, which will have you have access to all of those incredible interviews on all different topics around womanhood, femininity, becoming a bigger, beautiful, more gorgeous version of yourself, building a better relationship with yourself. There is so much goodness in there, how we can unlock these outdated beliefs and these stories we've told ourselves. Or perhaps if you have an Achilles heel where you are just a little bit stuck around your body image, your self-acceptance, your worthiness, your enoughness, please listen to these interviews. I know that you will laugh, you'll cry, you'll be inspired. I have learnt so much. I can't wait to share it with you all, and that will be the end of March. So please put your details in and we will make sure you get all of those beautiful videos. From my heart to yours, from India, go forth, be amazing. I love you lots, and I hope you join me one day on a Wholehearted Retreat. From my heart to yours, namaste. What if you could build a stronger, more loving relationship with your body and yourself? It starts with love, patience, and support. And that's exactly what you'll find in the Body Love Revolution online summit, Building a Better Relationship with Your Body. I've brought together 12 incredible experts in mindset, movement, menopause, and self-care to help you feel strong, vibrant, and at peace in your changing body. Yes, this is a free online event. Your invitation link is in the show notes of this podcast. Pop your details in, and I cannot wait to have you join us. There is inspiration, aha moments, and lots of pearls of wisdom. Join us.